Ah, let's get going. Let's talk about perfectionism. I know, difficult topic, but so many people with neuroplastic pain or mind-body syndrome are perfectionistic. And in order to overcome our symptoms, many people need to reduce their perfectionistic behaviors, including myself. So in this video, I'm going to explain, how perfectionism kind of develops in childhood, and then I'll give you some examples of how you can work towards reducing some of this. So let's get into it. I've been a perfectionist since childhood, and for many people, perfectionism develops in early childhood as a coping mechanism. And I learned early on if I was perfect and tried excessively hard, even at my own expense, that I was more likely to be successful and liked by others. I remember when I was in grade 7 and I wasn't doing very well in school, and I was being really hard on myself about it. And I had this project in social studies, this poster board project that was due in a couple of weeks. And I made a decision one day that I was going to stay up all night and do a wonderful job on this poster board, complete the entire thing in one night and just not sleep. Which I did do that. And people, it was a beautiful poster board. Now the next day, I went to school carrying my poster board and I handed it in to my social studies teacher 2 weeks before it was even due. And of course, her response was excessively praising me for doing such a wonderful job. And my peers were even amazed at how wonderful this poster board was. And to be fair, it was really beautiful. And then my teacher called my parents. And so when I got home from school that day, they praised me a whole bunch more. Now, to be fair, my teachers or my parents didn't know that I had stayed up all night doing this and that I had gone to school the next day on no sleep. They were just praising the result. But what I learned from these interactions is that if I self-sacrifice and put my own well-being at expense, then I will be more worthy to other people and I will be more likable. And most perfectionists, if they can think back on their childhood, can pick some moments where it makes sense why this personality trait developed. Unfortunately, many years later, when I was in university, I was under a lot of stress, I was under a lot of pressure, and my perfectionism just ramped up. It just went through the roof. And I was living in a constant state of high alert. And then my chronic pain symptoms started to be produced. See, perfectionists are prone to placing a lot of pressure on themselves, being highly self-critical, and worrying. Oh my goodness, this needs to be the best video ever. I should probably just quit. if it's not good enough. What are other people going to think about this? Are they going to hate it? And all of these behaviors make your brain and your nervous system feel constantly on high alert and make it feel in a lot of danger. And this is why chronic pain and perfectionism are closely linked. Because when the brain feels constantly in danger, it becomes more prone to misinterpreting safe signals coming up from the body as if they're dangerous, and as a result produce pain. The tricky part about perfectionism is people believe, sometimes unconsciously, that if they are perfect, they will be more worthy and lovable to others. And as a result, they continue to place a lot of pressure on themselves and be highly self-critical. So to change this, we need to get exposure to not being perfectionistic. And motivation is key here, people, because we live in a society that unfortunately praises perfectionistic behavior. So we're kind of fighting against that. But the motivation is this, is that if you can actually start to reduce some of these high alert behaviors, then your pain symptoms or other physical symptoms will likely start to reduce as well. On top of that, reducing, self-criticism and placing pressure on yourself is one of the kindest things you can do for your brain, and it's going to help it feel safe. Now, the antidote to self-criticism is self-compassion. And I'll talk about self-compassion in another video, But self-compassion is one of the best ways to help your brain feel safe. For now, though, I want to discuss reducing the pressure to be perfect in life. As I've talked about in other videos, we need to start responding to our pain and physical symptoms in a light and easy way. But globally, in our whole life, we need to adopt a light and easy attitude. To start doing this, I recommend each day picking one item on your to-do list where you're only going to give it 70%. Just 70%, people. Don't cheat. Most perfectionists give it 150% every minute of the day with every single task that they do. And so we know that this is not sustainable. And your mind-body symptoms are a sign that something needs to be changed. So just start small and pick one item each day that you're only going to give 70%. This will be hard first step, people. I'm not going to lie. And oftentimes, when we start to reduce our perfectionistic behavior, we get a backdraft of difficult emotions, often shame or guilt. If this occurs, just allow the wave of emotion to play out while you remind yourself that you're worthy just the way you are. And you can also refer back to my video on if emotions are safe or dangerous for a process of how to feel safe with these difficult emotions. And over time, it will become easier to give less effort towards certain tasks in a day, and your brain and your nervous system will truly thank you. The other thing I suggest doing is picking one activity each day where you're going to work towards having a light and easy attitude. This could be as simple as making a nice dinner, going for a slow walk, listening to some music, or just simply playing with your children. Again, as you do this, really, there should be no goal in mind. You're not trying to be productive here. You're just trying to work towards adopting a light and easy attitude. My favorites are exploring the outdoors with my son, playing guitar randomly, or simply drinking my coffee in the morning and watching some funny videos. And over time, what will happen is as you practice having a light and easy attitude, it will become a more familiar state for your brain. And naturally then, your brain will move in this direction more often. So I hope this was helpful for you all. Please be gentle with yourselves as you start trying to reduce these perfectionistic behaviors, as these are really hard changes to make, but they're so worth it. And over time, as you reduce high alert behaviors, your brain will feel safer. And as a result, it will stop sending the danger signal of pain. So thanks for watching. Please put your questions or comments down below. Hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Take care.